get back to what I was talking about earlier. I hang out with social media ninjas on Instagram and Facebook newsfeed, about 2 hours a day. I'm always either texting, private messaging them, and every idea I give you, really, they're the source of my inspiration. And I'm seeing a brand new trend happening that I want to point out to you. I'm seeing for the first time in the 30 years that I've been a coach, where we've got first-year ninjas earning $40,000 in W-2 in gratuity. First full year behind the chair. Now, those of you who've been hanging up in the game a while, you know that it used to take 2-3 years for someone to get 40. There's many people, and I'm going to show you who they are in a minute, that are cracking 40 on the first year. Second year, and this is through social media, through all the ideas that I teach, 55,000. Conservatively speaking, that's a $15,000 jump. It used to take, I don't know, you guys tell me what, 4 or 5? There was a whole bunch of people after 10 years, they couldn't get to 55,000. What do all these people have in common? Well, they're hitting these kinds of numbers. That's number one. Number two is that they're also, they work about 32 hours a week behind the chair. First year, their average week, they're averaging around $1,200. In their first year, they're trending $1,200. Second year, they'll go from $1,200 to $1,700, and I'm talking about in service dollars now, and they're all 15-20% retailers, all working at Summit Salons. Third year, they're just this side of a couple of thousand. Emily Horton's in her third year. I just talked to her last night. She said she'll have a $2,000 week, $1,800, $1,900. This is third year. You go, how are they doing it? Well, these are ideas that I'm giving you. Now, what's really, really interesting, though, is that their average ticket, these are stats, is like around 120. Their triple-digit average ticket. And what freaks me out is that their haircuts, because they're in level 1, 2, or 3, are around $40, $45. So you start looking at that. Their average ticket is 3 times higher than their freaking haircut, because they're using these ideas. Here's how they book a balayage, and I'm talking about a full service, a full foil balayage with a haircut. They'll do 60 minutes. They'll take them up to 60 minutes to do the application of the color, 45 minutes usually to process, and 45 minutes to cut and finish. So you do the math on that. That's about a 2.5-hour ride, and their ticket, because they're level 1s and 2s, around 160. We're talking about 140 for the balayage. I beg your pardon, 120 for the balayages, 35, 40 for the haircut. You do the arithmetic on that. That's 160,000. Now, what else is going on with them? This is big. Because they're social media ninjas, and because they're posting, they're showcasing their work before and after. Get on their page. Watch this video again and get on Emily Horton's page. Get on Risa's page, right? And you will see that usually once a day, they're either doing before and after pictures of their $160 looks, or they're doing back shots. And as a result, 2 things. They're all trending 150 plus referrals a year. But the biggie is, the $150 tickets are coming in. They don't have to work as hard to upsell a client from a haircut to a specialty hair color. They're doing their work on social media. For every one client they get to like their page or friend their page, they're able to get those clients friends, because for every one client that likes a page, there's 250 of those clients' friends that aren't their referrals yet, and they're able to get them in as referrals, and they're coming in pre-sold. That's one of the biggest differences between the millennial ninja, social media ninjas today, and versus the traditional hairdresser. It's not about how booked up you are, how full your appointment book is, but how you book yourself up. In other words, how do you manage your time? How you book your time is how you make money. If you're just mindlessly throwing clients in your book and booking them haphazardly, you're not going to get to 40 on your first year. You're not going to get to 60 on your second, and you're not going to get to 75 on your third. It takes some great intentionality. The booking skill now is becoming as important as the hair skill, as the social media skill. So I'm going to give you some of what I call their book prints, because I've said, I want your book prints so that I can teach the people that come and watch us what you do. So here we go. All right. So first thing they do is they figure out what they want to make a week. They break the number down for the week. So for example, in the first level, it's $1,200. Many of them are saying, I want to have more $1,200 weeks. I'm getting started with nothing. How quickly can I get to $1,200 a week? Now here's what they do. And this is what nobody else is doing. This is why you need to do it. They'll take their $160 ticket. Are you ready for this? This is so good, I hate to even share it with you. And they'll take their $1,200 goal. They will divide, They'll divide their $160 into the $1,200. Why? Because it'll tell them exactly how many 2.5 hour, 30-minute windows of time they're going to need in any given week to hit the 160. Oh, that's so good. Because if they do that consistently, to the degree that they do that, that's how they hit the $40,000 W-2 in their first year. Eventually, they'll get to the second level or even the third level, and they change the goal. So the goal here now is, I don't want to do 12 a week anymore. I want to do $1,700 a week. I want to do $1,700 a week. And now my ticket for balayage and cuts are around $175. Why? Because I raised my prices. I'm in a Summit salon. I'm on a level chart. I hit my numbers. And now my window of time, it's the same window of time, but I'm able to get more money, $15 more an hour for it. You do that, and all of a sudden now I'm using social media. I'm posting the looks that I want, the availability of time that I have. As I start filling up, don't look now, 65,000. Do you see how this is working? This is the new way. This is what we're learning now. This wasn't around a year, 2 years ago. But this is what allows somebody coming out of school and getting to a place in 2 to 3 years that used to take some of us 10, 15 years. This is called collapsing time. So this is their book print. I'm even showing you, this is how they book their time. Now, after a while, if they start getting filled, we're going to show you how they start shaving time. And the next step up, I want to show you one more trick before we call it an evening. I want to see if I can get this done. This is how they double book. So the first step of double booking, I want to double book a haircut while my balayage is processing. So I'm going to go take you back. 11 o'clock, Jane's coming in for the balayage and the haircut. We take an hour to apply. Jane is processing. Sue comes in. We cut Sue's hair. Get Sue done in time to take Jane down, cut her hair. So in essence, I have $120 balayage. I've got two $40 haircuts. There's my, that's supposed to be $180. I don't know. I was rushing that night. So this is, disregard this. This should be $180. I got my $180 deal time going, and away we go. So you could see the shift went from straight time to double booking. So I'm going to ask you, so why would somebody want to do that? What would be the difference between booking a balayage cut straight time versus doing a double book with a haircut in between? Here's why. Look closely. You're going to miss it. When you drop a haircut while the balayage is processing, where I'm able to do 2 haircuts in one balayage in a 2.5 hour, you don't make 40 grand. No, Skippy, no. You're going to make $50,000. So that one drop in haircut equals a $10,000 pop, explosion in take-home pay. This is why it's so important that you get that together. So, and that's an $18,000 a year difference. So you really want to be paying attention to that.